Alright, in this video, we are going to talk about the solution of 3.2. As we mentioned about last week, when you see the word evaluate, that means I would like to see the final answer. The final answer should be a number, okay? So now, no calculator, smile. What you see is what you got, all about the base. Now, as we mentioned about, pretend that you know that log and exponential, they are the inverse function, so we need each other to solve the problem. So pretend you do know that this ugly log will equal to a value y. So all about the base. The base is 2, so inverse function means x and y switch, so y and x switch. All about the base. So 2 is my base, so that gives me an inspiration. So 2 is my base. 64, I can make it as 2, the base, to the power 6, equal to 64. All about the base. Base, the same, cancel out. So that tells me y equal to 6, okay? Now, this is just tells you log base 2 of 64, that is equal to 6. Now, think about the joke we talk about. Maybe you just want 6 donuts, right? But you want to show off your knowledge. So you will say that, hey, would you please give me log base 2 of 64 donuts? Maybe the the bakery, people will be very happy. Oh, you want 64 donuts? No, right? So the log base 2 of 64 technically just equal to 6, and that's us. We are the math people. Now, moving on, number 2, all about the base. So pretend that you know this will equal to a value y. Now, all about the base. The base is 64. So 64 to the y power will equal to a. Now, in classroom, some of you say that, Miss Oh, the base is 64. No. Base is a smaller number. So compared to 64 and a, which one is smaller? A is smaller, so that gives you inspiration. I'm going to rewrite 64 as a to the power 2. Good. Now, do not forget the original, you have a power y, so that is equal to a to the power 1. Now, what you see is what you got, all about the base. Base, the same, cancel out, so I have 2y is equal to 1, which tells us y is equal to 1/2. So again, you may say that, why? So this is what we mentioned about when you take the square root of 64, you got the answer of 8, okay? Now, this is kind of like a way of writing. If my password, it is 1/2, that is easy for you to hack into my account, right? But if my password I written down, it is log base 64 of 8. Will you figure it out? I enter had to be 1/2. That would be an awesome thing. Number 3, all about the base. So same thing. Every time the base is 5, log of 1, the final answer must be 0, because we mentioned about the function of my log, right? When my x is passing 1, my y value is 0. So this will be a perfect answer. When I plug in x for 1, my outcome y must be 0. So this will be the fun thing about no calculator. Moving on, number 4, as you can see in classroom, we mentioned about all about the base. So if I pretend I know the answer is y, so the base 3 to the power y is equal to square root 3. Rewrite this one. I do not write the square root, so I can write this at 3 to the 1/2 power. So all about the base. Base, the same, cancel out. So that tells me my ugly log just equal to 1/2, and that's it. Number 5. This is what we mentioned about all about the base. Base, the same, cancel out. So now, I remember in classroom I mentioned about 2 is my log base. But the 2 here, it's also my base of the exponential. What is my power? It's 1. So we say base, the same, cancel out. So base is 2, they cancel out. What do you left? You got 1. So this will be what we say no need calculator. Base, the same, cancel out. All right, number 6 was a good one during classroom time. We say, hey, what we want to do just step by step. So I pretend I know the answer is y. So log the base, if you do not see anything here, the base is 10. So 10 to the power y should equal to this ugly number, 1 over square root 10,000. Good. Now, Ms. O said that I do not like a fraction. So this fraction can rewrite as square root 10,000 to a negative 1 power, right? So now you can say that, Ms. O, I know you. You do not like the square root. So I'm going to rewrite this. The square root will become 10,000 to 1/2 power. Now do not forget the original, you have a negative 1 power, so you're going to attach to the power. So what you see is what you got. Now you have 10 to the power y should equal to this guy. What we say, all about a base. What is my base? 10. So that gives you inspiration. Hey, base is 10, so I can rewrite this 10,000. I know 10,000, it is 10 to the power 4. Now, recall what we say about the how many 0? That means 4 zeros, so the power will be 4. Now, housekeeping. 1/2 times negative 1, so that would be negative 1/2. And that is equal to 10 to the power of y. What do we say? Base the same, cancel out. So y is equal to housekeeping. 4 times negative 1/2, so the answer will be negative 2. And yes, indeed, this is perfect and no calculator. Okay, moving on. All about a base. Number 7 is another fun one. All about a base. You do know that the base is 6. So if I set that equal to y, that means 6 to the power y should equal to this ugly number. Yes, you are correct. Leave me alone, okay? Now, all about a base. You know that Ms. O said that I don't like a fraction. I can rewrite this as a negative power. So the 5th root of 36 to a negative 1 power. Okay. Now come to the trouble. I don't like the radical symbol, which tells me I'm going to rewrite this as 36 to 1 over 5 power. Now remember, you have a negative 1 as the original power, so therefore we're going to attach back to that. All about a base. 6 is my base, so I'm going to rewrite the 36 as 6 to the power 2. Now tag along, what do we got? We got negative 1 over 5. That is equal to 6 to the power of y. And what do we say? Base the same, cancel out. So when you cancel the out, what you see is what you got. You got y is equal to negative 2 over 5. Ooh la la. And that is the perfect answer, okay? So moving on, number 8, all about the base. Natural law here tells me the base is e. Now here it's a exponential e to the power 1. So all about the base the same, cancel out. What do I left? You got 1. Believe in yourself, it's correct. Same thing, all about the base. Natural law and e, they are the same base, right? So those guys cancel out. What do you left? You got negative 7, so believe in yourself. Number 9, it is 7. Oh, my ego eye. Negative 7, negative 7. Good. All right. Number 10. Ooh la la. Now, we have an argument about that. All about a base. You do know that natural law, the base is e. Oh, you see an e here. Now, step one, I do not like fraction. So the step 1, I am going to rewrite a fraction as e to the negative 1. Now here we go. Natural law, the base is e, and this exponential e to the negative 1, my base is also e. So base the same, what happened? Cancel out. Then what will be my final answer? Negative 1. So you are correct. Believe in yourself. You are correct. Negative 1 is the answer. All right, now here we go. That is a shortcut. Natural log 1, the answer, it is 0. Remember what we talked about, the graph of my log function? When I plug in x is 1, this location, x is 1, my outcome y must be 0. So therefore, yes, no calculator. Good. All right, 12, the same thing. Natural log, so you know that. Oh, what do I do? Well, set it equal to y. Let's see. So all about the base. You know that the base is e. So the e to the power y should equal to this ugly number. I know, but it's just a number, okay? Now, we mentioned about all about the base. Before I reach my base, I don't like the fraction. So this becomes the negative power. So I can write this as a square root e to the power 5 to the negative 1. And what do we call? We do not like the radical square root. So we say e to the power 5 had to raise the power to 1/2. And do not forget, you have a negative 1 as your original power. So now you have an e to the y equal to e to the 5 times 1/2 times negative 1. And what do we say? All about the base. E and e, the same thing, base, cancel out. So y is equal to housekeeping, negative 5 over 2. And yes, you are correct. All right, so the next one, as you can see, all about the base. Do not overthink. Now this is my base 10 to a power. What do you know about my power? It's a log. Log, when you don't see anything, the base is also 10. So what do we say? All about the base. Base the same, cancel out. So my final answer, it is 9. Happily move on. All about the base, same thing. This 6 is my base of my exponential, but my power is also a log. Now, what is my base of my log? Also 6. So all about the base. Base the same, cancel out. What is my final answer? 5. Very good. All right, same thing. All about the base. E is my base, but natural log, my base is also e. So base the same, cancel out. So my final answer is square root 3. How fun is that? No calculator. Love it, love it, love it. Now, we got to face about some boring thing. When you use your calculator to evaluate, you're going to give me a number, right? So it's okay to have a decimal. Nearest thousand is a 1, 2, 3, because 1,000 you see 3 zeros, so 3 decimal. So therefore boring, but just plug in the calculator, get it. Now in classroom we say that log cannot take the negative, so x cannot be negative, so under 5. Believe in yourself. Natural log, same thing, you cannot take a negative number, so therefore under 5. Good? All right, and that's all for today. Have a wonderful day. All about the base. Thanks.